Hey guys, and welcome to another ChriswithaC RC. Welcome back to the video. Today guys, we're going to show you how to change your steering servo on your Arrma 3S BLX. I'll try not to make this video too long guys, but there are some things obviously to be aware of. This video is pretty much aimed to anyone from beginner up to advanced. Just a quick simple guide on how to do it. I've got a better servo for the big rock at the moment and I want to pop that in the car. So I'm not going to keep you hanging about too long by here guys. I'll see you down below. Right guys, okay, so big rock VC, obviously this is going to be for any of the 3S range. I'm going to show you how to change the servo. I've got this DS3235 Pro servo that I'm going to be putting into the big rock. Now it does have a Creighton 4S servo in there already. It's not bad, it's alright, it's just a little bit slow, and obviously this is going to be a hell of an upgrade. I've used one of these in the DR8 and I've had absolutely cracking results with it. It's fast and also quite powerful as well, so we're going to pop this in. Like anything with a big rock, I've done loads of upgrades to it and stuff like that, so I think it was time really to just make the steering a bit more precise on the car. So you are going to need a few things obviously. Let's just move the body away. Main thing to mention here is obviously you're going to need actually the screws on the car itself. I don't know whether they're picking up, but they're 2mm hex drivers to actually remove the servo. The other thing is obviously you're going to need to access it from the bottom as well. Alright, so what I normally do is take the whole steering and receiver box out and everything. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and they've all got these little dots on there. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up guys. Where the screw holes are, right by there, right next to it is a little dot, so that will actually give you a bit of an indication of where, which screws to take out. So I think first things first, what we'll do now is actually undo these. Again, thank you very much to each and every one of you, obviously, for watching all the videos. The response I've got at the moment, guys, is absolutely amazing. I can't fault you enough. And thank you. I'm massively appreciated. The other thing is, while we're doing this, alright, is we have got a new car coming to the channel as well, guys. So I'm not going to spoil anything. But yeah, I'm quite excited about this one. So, right, one screw there, one screw there. One here and one here. We just remove these a second. So using my handy dandy ice cube tray to keep all my screws. All that does guys is basically just keep an eye on what you're removing and which one goes where. Right, now there is a little screw inside of the actual steering linkage. See this gap there, this triangle? Alright, inside there's another screw. You're going to need to undo that guys. So all I tend to do, just slightly move it so I can access it, and it should come straight out. There you go, and there's the screw there guys, okay? Keep that safe, flip the car over. Nice and easy upgrade. As you can see, everything started moving now. So what you can do is just access it that way. I find it a lot easier. Now you are going to remove, see this little button there guys, alright? Now obviously I've got a different one to what you're going to have, because I have upgraded the ESC and also the motor. But just remove that there. Alright, again with this one all I do is put the screw back in just to keep it safe. There you go, so we've actually popped that back in there. Okay. And then to get the actual servo out, there's 4 screws. I'll just move it up to the camera to show you. There's 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 on the other side here as well. So as you can see. Alright, so we're just going to remove those. It's very, very simple upgrade to do this, guys. Now they do have these little washers on them as well. Again, 2mm hex screw. As you can see, they've got the washers on them there. Alright, so make sure you keep them safe. Now, it's not a hard job to do this, alright? Don't be afraid to start wrenching on your cars yourself. I actually quite enjoy it, to be honest with you. I find it therapeutic. Now there are a few little things to remember in a moment, and I'll go through those when we put the servo back in as well, guys, okay? Another one there, and one last one. Okay, so that's your servo loose. Now, at the bottom, there is another 2mm hex screw there, as you can see. We're going to remove that. And all I tend to do is put my finger in there to hold it. Now, I would, when we put this screw back in, guys, I would recommend you use a bit of Loctite on there just to hold the servo horn in. Again, keep that safe. As you can see, what I'm doing there is just laying all my screws out one by one. So, I'm just going to use something to pry on it. Okay, to remove the servo horn. Okay. So there you go, guys, that's your servo horn undone as well. Happy days. And what we need to do now is obviously release the cable from the actual servo box, sorry, the receiver box. So the two screws that are holding the ESC in, we just need to loosen those off, and that'll allow us to get the cables inside here. Okay, there's one. Keep that safe. Two there. So all I'm doing now is just releasing the cable for the actual servo. So follow the cable through, as you can see, like so. And there is a little clip. Let me show you. See the little clip there, guys? Okay, there's a little clip actually holding the servo cable in. So you just want to remove it from there and then pull it out. Follow that, like so, and there's your servo. So as you can see, I did have the Spectrum 652 in there. Again, cracky little servo. Just wanted a bit more power. I'm going to reuse this in something down the line, but yeah, I do like that servo. It hasn't given me any issues so far, but I just wanted this one in there. So one thing to remember here, guys, alright, is what I tend to do here is, first of all, we want to get so going back into the car, we want to obviously pop your cables in. So with this not being having a black cable, you want to put the brown to where the negative would be. Like so. Oh, hang on. Like so. So that's actually in there now. Now, before we go any further, guys, grab yourself a battery. Alright, and your transmitter. Now you want to make sure on your transmitter, guys, obviously your trim for your steering, which is this one, okay, so that's the closest to the wheel. It should say ST on it, is set at the middle. Turn it on, obviously, and then plug your battery in. And then turn the car on. As you can hear all the fans kicking in. But what that'll actually do now is give us a centralised for the actual servo. Okay, so that's at its centre now. So what I'm going to do here is pop this back into the car. Like so. I think it goes, let me just remember, servo horn is that way. Okay, so that's how we want it to be. So we want to pop that cable, where are we going to go? Yeah. Okay. So this wire, you are going to need a little bit of wire there. I'm going to feed that back down into the box. Like so. Right. Turn this off a second, just so you can hear what I'm saying. Right. Those rocket fans are really low. As you can see now, what I've done is loop the wire inside that little clip there. And then I'm going to place this back inside there. And then pull the wire through, just so any slack is actually coming out of the box rather than inside and underneath where the steering linkages are going to be. There you go. We just want okay, so that is how it's going to be. And then that then goes inside your receiver box, like so. The only downside to this I find is these little rubbers. See the red rubbers there? They're a pain in the backside, honestly. Okay. There you go. So that's now inside the receiver box, as you can see. And all I tend to do is just tuck them all in neatly. Put that up like so. Make sure you're not catching your transmitter wire. There you go. There's my transmitter wire. And now we're just going to pop some screws in, guys. Okay, so just hold your servo in place. Get your, if you remember, the screws that actually hold the servo in are the ones with the washers on top. We're just going to place one in there. I'm not going to go ham on it just yet. Look. And I want one at the back on the opposite side, like so. Okay, so that's now held in place. Right, so that's not going anywhere now, alright? So we can work on underneath here. Now, if you look at the bottom of the box there, guys, hopefully the light is picking that up. As you can see, there's a little diagram there telling you to make sure you center your trim, alright, and make sure that when you put in your servo horn, so this part that we're taking off here, alright, is dead center with this line here. As you can see the line cut? There's a little line, so you want this part of your steering horn there casing down there. Alright, so I'm just going to do that now. We're going to turn the car back on. Yeah, we've got steering, so that's fine. Now, I want this dead centre. Now guys, what you can do, alright, it is a red servo horn made by Arrma for 25 tooth. Now, if you don't want to do that, what you can do is just get yourself, let's turn this back off again. You can actually just use one of these and force it on there, alright? Now, it's up to you whether you want to do this. I don't actually have a 25 tooth servo horn here anyway. So all I'm going to do is basically push one on there. Now how I'm going to do this is get myself a set of grips, like so, set of these, okay, and I'm just going to centre it. As you can see, that's now on there. Now, is that the correct way of doing it? No. No, it's not. But will it work? Yes, it will. As long as you place it on there nice and square, like I've done there. Alright, as you can see, that's quite centre. So if you want to get really picky about where how centre it is, there you go, we just turn the dial ever so slightly, like that. But that's actually going to hold it in nicely. We then get our screw here. Turn this off here. Just going to go screw here, add a bit of Loctite. How far do you want to screw this screw in? You want it so the servo saver is still just barely able to be moved, right? As you can see. There you go. So that, my friends, is all set and ready to use. I'm going to put you on a quick time lapse. I'm going to sew the car back up and I'll meet you up top. Right guys, so that's everything back in the car. I did have a little bit of problem putting the servo horn back to the steering Arrma, but that was only down to the fact that I'm using metal pillow balls. But no issues other than that. So just to test it all out, just going to pop this back in the car, turn the car on. As you can see, now one thing I am going to do is, if you notice, if I turn right, it's turning left. Alright. So what I need to do here is this steer and reverse button on the back of the car, on the back of the transmitter, sorry, there. Okay. A lot more speed, a lot more power to it. Now, to actually get this, the end point set on here, I'm going to turn the transmitter off. I'm going to hold, steer, full brake. And what do I mean by end points? I think this is how I can explain this to you. So end points are the furthest point of what you're steering will allow you to go. You don't want it to over steer because you don't want to break your servo. I doubt this one will break on your mind, but you don't want it to be too shallow because that way then you don't get your full amount of steering. So I'm going to use the top of my big rock shell, only because it's got skid plates and everything on it, just to show you again. Alright, turn the handset off, full right, full brake, and on, and then you'll see it flash. That means we're in calibration mode, guys. Right, so as you can see, we still have steering. You see this button on there, on your SLT3? Alright, so if I turn it full right, watch these wheels now. Right, so we want it one press of the button away from. There you go. So for me, that's full right. Let me just move this. About there. So now, turn your transmitter off, turn your car off, okay, then turn it all back on again. As you can see, the steering is much better now. Right, should knock this all back off, guys. And I'll meet you at the top. Hey guys, so that was the upgrade video of the Arrma 3S steering servo. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. It's quite a simple thing to do, a couple of things to be aware of. Hopefully you've seen the process from the video on how I did it. And I'd like to obviously thank each and every one of you for watching the video so far. I'm waiting for the weather to clear up a little bit. As you can see, it's not very nice here in Wales, so tomorrow, fingers crossed, it should be a little bit better. And obviously we've got a new car coming to the channel. I'm not going to tell you, alright? I'm quite excited about this one, guys. I've been eyeing it up for a little while. But if you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. And until next time, guys, stay safe. Make sure you check the box for more videos to watch. See you later.